Greetings and welcome to the Packing House in Willington, Connecticut and our virtual talent showcase. This month we'll be featuring the films of local filmmakers. First up, we have Arpita Kurtikar, a PhD student in civil engineering at UConn. Arpita is also a very talented artist who has a passion for painting and digital arts. This summer, she learned about stop-motion animation and created this short film about her beloved cat, Miss Robbie. The theme of this animation is about transformation. It is meant to make you happy and sad at the same time. Are you curious? Well, let's watch the film and see for yourself. Next up is a film by Frank Anastasio. Frank is a semi-retired farmer of 40 years. Once a farmer, always a farmer. Frank is a founding member of the Northeast Connecticut Farmers Market and is currently growing wine grapes for a Connecticut winery. He also serves on the Killingly Agriculture Commission. In his semi-retirement, Frank returned to an old hobby of filmmaking. Curious about the fruits of Frank's filmmaking talents? Well, let's watch and see.
What do we do every day for energy and nutrition? And where does this food come from? And how about the fiber that keeps us warm? And the flowers that bring so much joy to our lives and provide food for the bees? And how about the soaps and lotions that keep us clean? They all come from the farm.
Long before the town of Killingly was officially established in 1708, Native Americans cultivated the soil. As early American settlers inhabited the area, farms were established in order to feed not only the family, but also the growing population. Textile mills, small industries, and sawmills eventually became more dominant. They took advantage of abundant water power from rivers and streams. Nevertheless, farming still maintained a presence all over town. Farmers raised fruit, vegetables, meat, milk, and eggs in their orchards, gardens, and pastures, as well as sheep for wool production. Several farms still exist today to continue the tradition that began hundreds of years ago. These and other farms are nestled in the hilltops, neighborhoods, and forests of Killingly. They produce a diversity of farm products. Diversity is the key word for Killingly agriculture.
When people think of farming, they tend to think first of spring. But for many farms, it all really begins in the cold of winter. Seeds need to be ordered and planted. Trees and vines are pruned. Greenhouse crops are cared for. And of course, animals need to be fed no matter what the weather.
My father was born in 1892, and he came here in 1925 or 26. And I think there was about 65 acres, and he bought other land and made that into about 130.
And as the warm weather approaches, trees are tapped for sweet maple syrup.
The very busy and fervent activity of spring soon begins. Buds bursting, flowers blooming, and vegetative growth increases with the longer days and extra warmth. The soil is prepared for planting and the growing season begins.
Blueberry Hill Organic Farm was started in 2011 when my husband and I bought a 12-acre piece of property in South Killingly with the dream of building a super energy efficient home and developing a farm. The farm became a reality in 2012 with the clearing and planting of the first field. We received USDA organic certification that year as the land had not been farmed in over 200 years and full mature hardwood trees needed to be cleared in order for the land to be usable for crops again. The farm currently produces over 150 varieties of berries, melons, greens, herbs, and vegetables.
Christmas trees are planted at this time too.
We started growing trees about 15 years ago, really as a community business. We don't advertise sales, but it's fun to see the same customers each year, children growing up.
The Killingly Agriculture Commission sponsors classes to educate the public.
You know, we're looking for angles that would be like your thumb. You know, these would be natural angles that you would want to keep and encourage. So basically, we're getting anything that was crossed over. These are pruned lightly. Here, we've got these are some trees that are probably 60 years old. You can see how much we've pruned here, trying to just get them open, clean out the insides. You can see we make some big cuts. All this firewood came out of these trees.
When's the best time of year to prune?
We start the first of the year, and then we go right into April. So you know, if you haven't pruned, you know, it's a good time to do it still. I'm pretty happy with the way they're opened up now. You can see that there were big cuts made.
You want to let the air and the sunshine into the tree.
Do you do any fertilizer to these at all?
The soils have been really good up here. You know,
I mean, I get a ton of apples, but they ain't big. They're all.
That's because you got too many on the tree.
Yeah.
The tree's going to produce what it's going to produce. So say this tree's going to produce 300 pounds. It doesn't care if it has 1,000 that are a half an inch or an inch wide, or 50 of them that are 2 inches.
Yeah. So,
probably getting to be big.
These here, I wish they had never been allowed to to get tall like this. What we're going to try to do is get the height out of these. There. A lot of this little stuff should get cleaned off on the inside.
These plants are more than 100 years old, you know, so all the old branches, I just cut them right off, as close to the bottom as I could, so you're encouraging the new growth, because the blueberries have the best fruit on, like this is a 1-year-old branch, they have their best fruit on 2-year-old branches.
Dark red ones are Rhode Island Reds. I have the white leghorns because I like having a few white eggs in each dozen. It makes it look good at the farmer's market. And then Rhode Island Reds are just good Rhode Island Reds. They lay a lot of eggs. You just take a, it's called a 90-degree street elbow. And this is online. You know, if you want, I can try to share a YouTube link to it on your emails. But you put the grain in here, and it's waterproof, and they can't scratch it out, most importantly, and waste it, because this is expensive grain. We feed non-GMO grain that we buy from Pennsylvania, and you don't want them wasting it. I mean, you can see there's some waste still on the ground from them, but those buckets are the same thing. And I fill those buckets once a day, so they're eating about 50 pounds of grain a day. All right, so the feeder was about $3. These things are about $5 on Amazon. They're called chicken nipples, and they just come up and peck them, and they get water.
And of course, lots and lots of babies are born. Following birthing, mothers produce milk, which can be used not only for food, but also for farm products like soap.
I just kind of drizzle it in there because I tend to add too much. I like honey. The honey is good and it attracts moisture to your skin, so we like to use it. The silicone mold, we just pour the soap.
Horses and riders like the springtime too.
They know.
Oh, great. He's gonna be mad at us.
When summer arrives, the longer days, warm temperatures, and abundant sunshine make everything grow. For example, hay is cut and baled to feed the animals.
I think the turn has come for range chickens, eggs, and to try to keep away from as many antibiotics as possible, so which all leads to a not such a large conglomerate of a type of farm versus the smaller ones. And I'm glad to see so many people getting into backyard chickens and raising their own vegetables.
Logy's greenhouses were started in 1892 by William D. Logy, my grandfather. And at that time, Danielson was a very much of a rural town, and he began the business here on North Street, which was really the countryside of Danielson, in a small greenhouse that had been let go by a cobbler named John Mars. And my grandfather had trained as a rose grower, and he came to Danielson to start a floral business, particularly growing cut flowers and making floral arrangements, being the local florist. The reason to support local ag is so that agriculture can expand and become not only profitable but viable as a way to make a living and also as an economic resource. In Killingley, local agriculture is generally smaller ag. It's not the big industrial ag that we know of in the West and in other areas of the country. And so these smaller growers, actually, the consumer can actually get to know them at the farmers markets or coming to their stands where they sell. They also tend to be more environmentally sound in terms of the use of pesticides and synthetics, only because they're directly exposed to it. And they also may have that consciousness. The other thing is that when we buy local, we are, in a great degree, reducing the transportation effect, but not only the cost, but also the environmental effect of transportation on our food system. And we, in a long-term plan, are able to create a sustainable system for our food by supporting local ag.
Family has a sheep farm now, raising up to 35 head. These are used for meat, pets, and wool. Wool going into a blanket project sponsored by the Connecticut Sheep Breeders Association. The farm was first purchased in 1818 by my great-great-great-grandfather. It's been in the family since then. The farm is important to us. There's a significant interaction with the local community. Mothers show up with their toddlers in the spring to see the newborn lambs. We post a sign with lamb births during the spring. People pay a lot of attention to that sign. People have wagers on whether there'll be any more lambs this morning when they come. And children love it. If there's a bottle to be fed, they'll want to know what time of day it happens so they can be here to do it. Sheep are sheared once a year, typically in late May, when wool is delivered for the blanket project. After shearing, the wool is skirted to remove any vegetation that's in it, dirty parts. Approximately 2/3 of the fleece can be used for weaving and or blanket purposes.
Fruit, vegetables, and cut flowers grow rapidly in the summer months, giving farmers the opportunity to sell cash crops at farm stands and farmers markets.
Plants and flowers are abundant and growing quickly, both indoors and out. This is our chance to enjoy the colors, fragrance, and bounty of summertime. With all the flowering plants being produced on the farms and greenhouses, bees are busy making honey, and the farmer is busy taking care of the bees. When the harvest comes, especially with perishable fruit and vegetables, it is time for the farmer to offer their product to the public. In Killingly, one opportunity is at the farmers market, in operation every summer since 1980.
Fruits and vegetables you buy from your local farmer are the freshest and tastiest available. Fruits are allowed to ripen fully in the field and picked just for you. The more we support local farmers who grow food in healthy ways, the more they and their beautiful farmland will flourish. Buying at local markets puts money directly into the pockets of local farmers and craftspeople rather than large industry.
A sure sign of fall is people picking apples in an orchard. Truly a family and child-friendly experience. Fall vegetables and fruit grow sweet as the temperatures cool and the colors become more vibrant. The farmers' abundance, agricultural festivals, and the final farmers' markets will end the season in the glory of the harvest. And when winter eventually comes, it is comforting to know that the cycle of the seasons will be renewed. With the hay stacked in the barn and the apples in cold storage, the seed catalogs will arrive in the mail and the planning for the next year will begin.
Our last filmmaker is Dan McGinley. By day, Dan is a custodian at Putnam Elementary School. Dan is also an avid movie fan who was inspired to try filmmaking by a book called Rebel Without a Crew by film director and producer Robert Rodriguez. Dan recruited friends and family and others to help make a small indie film loosely based on stories surrounding the great blues artist Robert Johnson. Through networking, Dan was able to recruit musical talent from all around the world, including the gifted Savannah McMore from Hawaii. Dan's film has been well received and won 3 American Tracks Music Awards. So let's watch and listen as we enjoy some great American blues.
So my hurting days are over, and I no more suffer pain. And all I can do is say adieu, 'cause I won't see you again.
Now, pack your things. You're going hunting.
You ain't catching them chickens, boy.
You put the voodoo bitch on me.
That's. She came to me. She was asking about you.
Is that right? What else?
And she wanted to know where you were, where I find you.
See this? See it?
And she's coming for you. She's gonna find you.
That's right.
Give me a reason to light this place on fire. Give me a chance, I'll never let you down. hold me in the ground, light away. I'm trying to set you. Every day, carry that weight. It's a heavy weight till the whole thing goes down. Tell me again, what's the point in understanding? Tell me again, I didn't catch it the first time. No one knows the way I'm feeling now.
I know we can't control everything in life, like when cancer takes your youngest daughter. But something like that can send you in the wrong direction. It can send you to the bottle for escape, which in turn can only make things worse. You may find yourself making deals with the devil, and that would be when the train really jumps the track. And the next thing you know, you're running back to Connecticut and the inheritance, which includes a big empty house to escape the drunken madness with your own drunken madness. There are some things in life we can't control. And when the Cajun in-laws down south tell you that a demon took your one surviving daughter, and when you don't think God is listening anymore, you turn to the one person who may be able to set things right.
You brought this chicken foot into my house and you knew.
Yeah, I knew what was going to happen. You're right. I knew all the time. However, you needed to see it for yourself. You had to make sure that you could see for yourself. All this chicken foot did was just verify what I thought was going on all the time, but I'm going to take care of it. I got this.
Yeah, can't nobody hold me down. Oh, can't nobody turn me around. Yeah, I got blisters on my feet. Yeah, it's killing me.
What are you doing up there? Oh, I know what you're doing. Playing your guitar, because that's all you care about. You and your freaking guitar. And she's coming for you. She's gonna find you.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it the other runaway?
How's Desiree?
She pistol whipped me and woke me out of dead sleep and took off.
Now, why would she do that, Mary?
I figured she ran up to Connecticut with you. Yeah, you know that old 45 you had? Here, somebody wants to talk to you.
Oh yeah, man. You know, your wife, she's fucking hot.
Listen, you fucking son of a bitch!
Oh yeah, no, she's hot. What the fuck, dude? What happened that night? Why would you have taken a fucking deal and put this on your family? You fucked everything up with your wife, with your woman. Well, guess what? Now I got her. Now here, you can talk to her, because that's all you're gonna do to her anymore.
So, the voodoo queen, auntie there, she planted a chicken foot in the house a couple days ago. And...
A chicken foot?
Oh, brought the devil out, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, a fucking chicken foot.
Christ.
So, she plants a chicken foot, and then you have to go send that guitar for her for her birthday.
What guitar?
Your old Gibson from the cemetery? How soon you forget?
I left it in the boneyard.
Well, obviously not, because you sent it to her for her birthday with the note.
I swear to God, Mary.
Came with the ribbon and everything to my sweet little girl.
What makes you think she'd come here? All the way to Connecticut. What makes you think she'd run to me?
Don't worry, Paul. She's gonna find her. The voodoo queen's all over it.
Oh, Mary Ann's gonna find her. The voodoo queen is gonna hocus pocus and find her. Really, Mary?
Yep, she blew his mind with the chicken foot. He didn't like that. He didn't like that one bit.
And who is he, Mary? Who the hell is he?
The demon, Paul. You personally introduced them.
Really. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but this place sucks as bad as those Saints do. Have a good one, buddy.
There's an old story about the devil going out for a shot now and then. Possibly hunting for the souls of stupid drunks for an easy deal or two. And I was most definitely stupid and drunk.
Hey! Wonton roulette.
Hey, man, come on. I was just doing a shuffle. Come on back. It'll pick up. It'll get busy.
You're not Jordan, and you're no guitar player. I tell you what, I had to go down to the crossroads and sell my soul to the devil. And I'll play the blues like nobody's business. Oh yeah.
Crossroads? There ain't no crossroads, there never was. Find yourself a boneyard with that guitar. The demon will be there at midnight.
Do I know you?
Well, in the Acts of the Apostles, you know, Paul was arrested for casting out demons. I can spot a Paul ever since.
Well, you know, maybe you can tell me some stories about the apostles, you know?
Funny guy, Paul. Funny guy.
Let me get you a drink from the creepy guy here, you know?
You know this guy named Robert Johnson. He raised a demon to steal the blues. And he's going to be over there at midnight over at Pompeii Cemetery if you want to go check it out.
That's kind of ironic. My wife comes here.
Cool, then you better drink up, Paul. Johnson died in 1938. But the demon never dies, Paul. Demon never dies. You want to make a deal? Go see the demon after midnight.
Come on, man. You can't expect me to believe you're the devil.
Well, I ain't gonna turn water into wine, Paul, but I can tell you a few things about Camille.
What the hell did you go? Now, my ex-wife will tell you I can be one skeptical New England son of a bitch. But this man in black, well, I saw the fan stop and start. I saw him drink a little fire. But when I heard him say my little girl's name, you better believe I started thinking about the afterlife. I started thinking of my little Camille.
Dad, I woke up last night and the voodoo king was here, just like magic. She told me to keep this when I die, to the grave. I want you to keep the bracelet, the charm bracelet to baby Desiree, but I'll keep the scabbard charm when I die. Because while she has the bracelet and I have the charm, one day we'll all come together.
I was down in the Delta all the way from Connecticut, stationed in the Navy when I met Mary LeBeau. All those legends about powers passed along seemed like hocus pocus. But the voodoo queen went out of her way to see my little girl, and even I knew that was special. And if my little girl believed in her voodoo queen, who was I to ever take that hope away? Who was I to ever know what happens next? You let her believe, and maybe someday it'll all come together.
Going home, going home. I'm just going home.
I'll get down to Pompeii's and I'll see the demon. I'm gonna play the blues. I'm gonna play the blues like nobody played the blues. I can tell you.
Let your wife know you're not coming home tonight.
I'm drinking to the devil. I'm drinking to the devil.
Business, my ass.
This is the business.
Take me out of Dodge tonight. I will not tell you that I'm lost. Leave you with the better nails to lay. So severe the consequence, never would I once regret the sweetness of your warmth forevermore.
I just thought that if there was a demon, then there's an afterlife. And if there's an afterlife, our little Camille is out there.
Des, where are you? Jesse? Answer me!
My stupid actions caused Desiree to lose her protection. Voodoo calls it the demon bite.
There ain't no home in the whole wide world for my soul. For my soul. Whoa, what's the matter? What happened?
10 years would be nothing to a demon. He watched baby Des grow up. He probably laughed like hell when Mary and I grew apart. Our only question was where Desiree had gone.
Through the long stair, down a short hallway, images bleeding through the carpet in my brain, remembering songs.
The demon, Paul. You personally introduced them.
You're out of your fucking Cajun mind.
Hey, somebody's at the door. Can you get it?
Can you get it, please? I'm on the phone. Please. Probably one of your friends.
All right.
Anyways.
Right.
You know, are you, Paul? Really? She's not there. She didn't go see you.
Alright, you're an idiot. Call me when you're sober and get rid of that clown. Christ.
Guess who it is?
Sir, we're about to close the library. Sir?
Hello? Hello?
Dad, I woke up last night and the voodoo king was here. Just like magic.
Camille.
She told me to keep this when I die, to the grave. She also told me to give this bracelet to baby Des.
Des, where are you? Desiree.
Talked to Mary lately.
Desiree, you got a demon.
You have no idea.
He's not answering. Must be sleeping or he's not home.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. LaRose. It's Detective Callahan. We're here. We're outside your house. We're ready to speak with you. Please come outside.
Oh. I'll be right down.
Jesus Christ, what a loser.
This is a waste of our time.
Patriots.
Cheaters.
Couldn't beat the Giants, could you?
They never have and they never will.
Are you guys even cops? I mean, that ain't even a cop car, man. You look like crossing guards for the local school.
Crossing guard? You must be twice my age and you suck.
3 times your age. It's my own personal vehicle.
You have a problem with that?
We're here on our own time trying to help you out. We know that you got a ticket from the Voodoo Queen, is that correct?
Yes, I did. I got a ticket from the Voodoo Queen to go to New Orleans. What the hell's that all about? I mean, what's going on? I get these calls from police. My friggin' ex-wife is dead. My daughter takes off. So, what happened with my ex? Why was she
Your wife
killed?
got killed because of drugs.
Drugs?
Drugs.
Friggin' druggies, man. Druggies suck.
Alcohol is a drug.
It's also
Yeah.
an unpredictable substance.
It's that. Alcohol's a drug. But,
You smell like you've been drinking too.
have you reached puberty yet, son?
Have you reached maturity yet, asshole?
I graduated college at 16. I was the top of my class at the academy, you prick.
I guess I should go to New Orleans.
You're gonna go down there and you're gonna meet our guy, Steve Boucher. He's a detective in Louisiana.
Steve Boucher?
You ever heard of him? He picked you up a few times down there drunk driving. You probably don't remember though.
Well, I saw the paperwork.
Yeah, of course. But you're gonna go down there, you're gonna meet him, and he has all the information you need.
All right, I'm going down to the Big Easy. You got a problem with that?
No, but you better get your ass down there quick before the Voodoo Queen does something that we don't know.
Jesus Christ, what the hell is this guy doing with his life? What a loser.
Where the hell is he? Is that him? Holy shit, look at the hair. Still a loser. Hey, Paulie! Paul! Over here! Hop in, let's go. Where's your damn luggage?
Probably Cleveland by now.
Yeah, you won't be here long anyways. Wake up, Paulie!
Jesus.
God's sakes.
Where the hell are we?
You're in the bayou now, bitch. I smell liquor in you. Wake up, Paulie!
Christ!
Jesus Christ yourself, man. We're on our way to see the Voodoo Queen. I smell you're still drinking.
Hey, little airline bottles.
Paulie, man, take it seriously. It's about your daughter. Hey, and by the way, take that damn shirt off. You look like you're trying to kiss her ass. Wear this one. Put that on.
What the hell is this?
It's a Gronk jersey. She loves Gronk.
She loves Gronk?
Do you remember me?
I remember the paperwork. I'm kind of a French background.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. You're a damn straight.
Bon temps roulette, Officer Boucher.
Jesus Christ. Put the Gronk jersey on. It's going to make her proud. She loves Gronk. Your drunk ass just has to climb on the boat. Everything else is taken care of.
Jesus.
They'll be looking for you when you get over.
Oh my God. Look at this place.
This is your story. No one can tell it but you. This life doesn't last forever. No. There is so much you can do. It's all about what it is that makes you feel alright now. Don't worry about the questions in your mind. Just take your time in everything you do to make it right now. And we can all hear the call. man without direction. Never reaches his destination. Your compass is in your heart.
Nice wig there, Pam Grier.
What? Fuck.
You piece of shit. Goddamn motherfucking Patriot shirt. Do you know where you are, bitch? You run off to Connecticut and you leave your wife and your daughter to fend for themselves to clean up some shit that you fucked up. Now you want to know where Desiree is? Get your ass up. You're in Saints country now, bitch.
At first it seemed like insanity in that castle, but no worse than the madness taking place in Desiree's life at home.
Yeah, so you want to know where Desiree was? Here's your Desiree. Look at your baby. Look at what you did. Look at what you did making a deal with a demon in a goddamn cemetery. You're a dumb motherfucker. That's all I got to say. There's no demon. There's no possession. Stupid.
Hi, Daddy.
Dad?
The Voodoo Queen had played to our worst fears and beliefs, exposing superstitions that haunted Mary's family for generations. Desiree was left to fend for herself, and since Mary thought she was taken by a demon, the Voodoo Queen gave her a demon. She would have given her an exorcism, but the drug dealers moved first, and the Queen gave Desiree sanctuary instead. Then she gave me a good beating and talked my sorry ass into rehab.
Welcome to Wicker Street Rehab, Mr. LaRose. Your road to a new life. Mr. Todd Hayes will be assisting you in your recovery.
What did the Cajuns tell you?
What?
What did the Cajuns say?
Taylor Rice was the old grave digger. He liked his whiskey. They had a deal going there.
So the deal was to see Ike?
Officer LeBeau gave that baby to Ike to raise with his other children. Nobody knew any different at that time. Nobody but him and the Voodoo Queen.
What I want to ask you is...
From Benin.
What?
Benin, West Africa. That's where she was from. It's the heart of voodoo.
Jesus. How the hell did she end up in Hazelhurst?
There was a boarding house there. It's for women in trouble. The Voodoo Queen came off the boat, and she went there to see a relative from New Orleans. One night there was trouble with some kind. Officer LeBeau showed up. People say she cast a spell.
And the baby? And the baby was raised by Ike?
Became Mary Ann, the all-knowing, the all-powerful Voodoo Queen. LeBeau's family never knew a thing.
They would have hung him. Strung him up.
Oh, Mary, this all started a long, long time ago. When your great-great-grandfather, Officer Vincent LeBeau, had a baby with the Voodoo Queen. And she handed that little girl off to Ike.
You got the power.
Officer LeBeau. Officer LeBeau. Taylor Ice called again about that colored boy down the cemetery. You want to go down and check things out?
No home in the whole wide world for my soul. There ain't no home in the whole wide world for my soul. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was free, now I am bound. There ain't no home in the whole wide world for my soul.
We got a bond, you and I. And the Voodoo Queen, well, she feels the very, very same way. Stronger than ever now. So I gotta take care of you, see? She thinks someone conjured up a damn demon to steal your blues away.
Oh, Mary, this all started a long, long time ago. They say everything ends in a cemetery. Well, in this case, everything was born there. So I explained things to the doctor there at the rehab center without the tainted lens of alcohol. I tried to deal with my life now with utmost clarity. The memories came rushing back. The experiences crushed me. I couldn't take it. I saw everything. I saw everything that came about. The loss of life, the loss of family, and Mary's ties to the past. I shot from the drinking to the death to the bar, back to 1933 in the cemetery. I couldn't stop it. It was too much to handle.
You were a patriot church voodoo queen. She's gonna kick your ass.
The only demons were my own.
Nurse, PC-112. Sedation needed. Hurry, quick. PC-112, padded room, 112.
Sometimes a coma is not without dreams. Some believe it's a journey beyond our world, and if you never return, well, you've lived enough.
There ain't no crossroads. Find yourself a boneyard with that guitar. Demon will be there.
keep the scabbard charm when I die. Because while she has the bracelet and I have the charm, one day we'll all come together.
Explain the scabbard to me that she takes with her little charm, take her to heaven, takes it to heaven.
Yeah, that was the sword of Saint Michael. It was the sword of Saint Michael. I used to be able to fly above all this. I used to have great white wings!
It's chicken foot, man. It's a fucking chicken foot, man. It's a chicken foot. Chicken foot.
He wrote out a brief anoxic coma. Delusional, schizophrenic, everything but the kitchen sink. Wow, he's back. Traumatic encephalopathy. His daughter,
Desiree?
yes, Desiree, is coming to see him prior to his release today.
He loves Desiree. Loves Desiree. He talks about her all the time. He loves Desiree.
She sounds
Cajun?
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 You've really grown to know him.
Oh yeah, I know him. Just like the back of my hand. Like a crazy ass book.
Desiree will be here at the end of your shift, so you'll get to see a very touching reunion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see her. If you like demons.
You feel a fire burning, it's the light that lets you in. You feel a fire burning, it's the light that lets you in.
Desiree stayed with me for a while, bringing life to the old empty house. But I knew she was also babysitting, making sure I behaved. Eventually I sold out and headed back to Louisiana, where Desiree still had strong family ties.
Oh, Shanti. Oh, Shanti.
I even picked up the phone and called the Voodoo Queen. Paid her a visit and talked about the abstract ways of helping family and friends. Turns out she was no different than queens who came before her. Like the famous Madame Laveau. If you just give people what they expect, sometimes they see what you want them to see, and they find their way.
You know, I acted like I exorcised a demon. Not really to save Desiree, not for Desiree's sake per se, but because her mother was driving the poor kid nuts.
There was a chicken foot.
You ever smell a goddamn chicken foot that's been left out under a bed for days with meat hanging off it? I mean, poor Victor did not clean it very well. And I'm sure that contributed to Desiree saying, I've had enough of this crazy voodoo shit. That's how she wound up clocking her mother in the head with that 45, and then she took off.
All this time, everybody looking to you as the voodoo queen. And you're giving voodoo, but therapy.
Yeah.
You're giving therapy.
So, yeah, no voodoo queen.
Damn. That's as real as it gets.
If you want to see Desiree these days, She's back with her people in the clubs and venues of the Delta. And some say maybe she got a little demon in her after all. We never did find out who sent that old guitar on her 18th birthday. So you don't always see the line between truth and legend. You just never know. Maybe it was an angel. And maybe Camille is out there. You just never know.
So my hurting days are over, and I no more suffer pain. And all I can do is say adieu, 'cause I won't see you again.
Thanks for joining us. Our next virtual talent showcase will live stream on the third Thursday of September, September 17th at 7 p.m. Join us then. And if anyone would like to submit their talent, we will need to receive your video by September 10th. So we'll see you next month, and enjoy until then.